saying no. Okay, where are you? Can I point out something? You see this right here? You see that? You see that? He's the boss.
Number 6 here, please.
Oh, 6, sorry. And now we point to the video guy. We point to that video guy.
That comes down. Kind of 3.5 in here.
And 5. 6. I said, no, this is the Hanks house. I think you want somebody else's. I was floored. I was stunned. I could only say really and why. And I knew that this was a very special kind of like nod you get for, I think, sharing your blessings. I think I've done a decent job of sharing our blessings, but I don't know about New York Public Library, and we'll go on from here. And then when I found out it was here, I realized that I have a couple of books I got to turn in from 1977, so I'm going to do that. It's yours. Yeah. There's other sometimes. Depending on the cut, it looks like, you're wearing your dad's suit.
Really proud. I've always been proud of the work that Tom does. He's very discreet. He doesn't make a big deal about it, and he's very consistent about his passions and the charities or the people that he is giving to, that we give to. But I mean that.
Yes, it is.
I mean, this
is the two of us going off and making our decisions.
We have our personal favorites, and I'm in awe of how he handles it.
I have this instinctive thing that I do that's turned into a pretty good career, and it puts me out in the public eye in a certain way, and along with that come a massive amount of pluses that I certainly never imagined would be possible. And if it wasn't for that, we couldn't do the altruistic, we couldn't give the support that we give, and because of that, it all molds into one. I'm proud. Look, I'm proud of the work that I do. We work very hard in a business that deserves and earns every bit of ridicule we heap upon it. But at the end of the day, you got to wake up in the morning and try to make the world a better place. I mean, that's the way I was raised. That's what my mom and dad and all the caregivers I ever had kept pounding into me, that we're Americans, and Americans take into account the common good. So in that regard, I feel very, very lucky and very blessed that I've been able to do that when I've been able to do that, and I think we have been a great team as far as making the choices of how we're going to do that. So it's connected. I mean, if I wasn't an actor who did pretty good in some movies, I'd be here serving the canapes for somebody else getting it tonight. So I'm very, very lucky, very blessed. But you understand that it's very really doing by this. I believe any form of government, particularly ours, the United States of America, has been over and over again this engine for social change in a magnificent way when it gets around to doing the right thing. And right now, I think we're putting an awful lot of emphasis on the idea that maybe philanthropy can take care of everything, which is not the case. Fact is, a lot of this stuff is part of the intellectual and enlightening infrastructure that keeps America going. And some of that certainly is all about people who have blessings that go ahead and share them and give back to the cause and give back to the system. But philanthropy isn't ever going to be the only answer. It's going to have to come from some other brand of even elected officials saying, hey, here's a good thing that we can do for the future of our country. And sometimes that's the arts, and sometimes it's sometimes it's other things like taking care of folks that don't have any way of fixing their teeth. It's not bad either.
And everybody on the right, please. Thank you.
I think that there is an overpowering sense that somehow it's not one of the important things you're exposed to. The important things to expose young people to is reading, which is true, and what? Science, which is true, and what else? The other stuff that somehow the arts, which can be lumped into a bunch of a big, huge, massive subheading. But I can tell you right now, I was a fourth grader, and or I was a fifth grader, and when the theater company, on a grant from someplace, came to perform at my school, changed my life. When we took the field trips to the museum or to see the opera that was in San Francisco. I'll never forget those days. So in trying to look at the holistic aspect of educating our children at whatever age, if you don't understand that having access or exposure to the arts is not going to improve the quality of life for the future of the United States, you'll have an argument from me.
I put down the top.